Hey, cool kids. So let's do a chill little study with me, okay? I'm going to read these articles. So not only is it election week, but also I just recently had like 3 teeth pulled out of my mouth. So I decided this is the best way to go for a lesson this week. I have an embarrassing amount of pens and highlighters, but I usually use the Tombow Duo brush pens right here or the Crayola Super Tips to highlight. My favorite pen is the Papermate Inkjoy Gel in .07. It's the greatest pen ever. I've also been using Sharpie S Gel lately. And for school, I use these Tool notebooks from Office Depot. For some reason, I don't know why, but I switched to my mild liners. That was probably because the words on the paper were really, really tiny and they have a really thin tip that I like. But right now, I'm just going through all of my readings and highlighting them. My highlighting system has been the same for years, y'all. Years. I don't know why I have so many markers because I actually only need 4. So I use an orange highlighter whenever I see something that is really important, like a main point of the article. Like the purpose of this article is, in this essay, I will. Furthermore, that gets an orange highlight. So I use a standard yellow color highlighter for things that jump out at me in an article but aren't necessarily a main point, like, ooh, I like the way those words are put together or something like that. And that's what gets a yellow highlight. So see right here, I found a really, really good point in this article and I couldn't decide which one, if it was like super important or if I just liked the way the words were put together. So I just decided to use orange and yellow because why not both? Now, a pink highlighter is for words that I do not know. If I come across a word that I don't know in an article, but you need to look that up, yeah, like that one, that gets a pink highlight. And people or concepts that I don't know, like if they keep referencing this one specific author every time, that gets a blue highlight because clearly they're important for me to know and recognize in the future. So my biggest suggestion is to find a system that works for you and stick to it. Speaking of system, I work in time blocks of 25 minutes and you see me resetting my timer because 25 minutes have passed and I'm still not done. I'm done with my first read, yay! Yes, I read articles more than once so I can retain the information. My mom was in the office with me. Listen to this, y'all. I be trying. Listen. I got that on tape. Hey, my mom said I'm smart. She's so proud of me. By the way, I am what's called a first-generation college student. That means my mom and dad did not get college degrees. So me and my twin sister, we are the first in our immediate family to go to college right out of high school. My mom got her degree in accounting in adulthood. So I am not the only one with degrees in the house anymore. So she's proud of me and I'm proud of her too. So after my mom got me some grapes, I went to my second reading of my article. Now, the second time I read, all I'm doing is just going back through my highlights. And because I know what all of my highlights mean, I don't really have to read the entire article all the way through again. And if you have a really good system of highlighting and taking notes, you don't have to keep flipping back and forth between article to article, source to source when it's time to write your research paper. This is going to be really important if you are writing any type of historical research paper or a literature review type of research paper, because you might end up with a lot of sources that are going to get hard to sift through. And unless you know what stuff you can skip over, because here I was obviously upset. Let's watch this eye roll again because I was not having it. But it's not in the highlights, is it? It's not. So we get to skip that part and move on. Speaking of skimming articles, can you skim articles? Yes, you can. Just make sure that you're not skimming over a really important critical article And make sure that you're not skimming when really you just need a break and you can come back to it with fresh eyes. My mom is on the phone with my aunt right here, and my aunt is just going in, just gossiping and fussing, but she doesn't know I can hear her on speakerphone.
Hi, Auntie Fanny.
Anyway, so I kept lawnmower. Oh my gosh. So I kept going right here, taking dance breaks, and getting into my second article. And the process is the same. So I do my highlights, and then when I'm done, I go back through the article and just read all of my highlighted portions. So in grad school, especially in grad school to get an English PhD, this is a lot of what I do. I do a lot of reading articles, and I also do this with books too. And we're expected to read a lot of these per week and to cite a lot of these for our research papers and projects. And so I do the exact same thing for each article. And then when I'm done, I'm going to go back and I'm going to take notes in that tool notebook using a system that I can talk about in another video. But that's pretty much my whole studying process. All right, cool kids, that's it. Take good care of yourselves, especially mentally right now. Bye.